Hello everyone, this is Stephanie, your CSA coach, and it is week 8B of our 2025 CSA shares. Couple of quick announcements. Please make sure you've read through the email that came out yesterday. If you aren't receiving the emails, please let us know. There's been a couple weeks where I've missed the email and for some reason it decides to go to my junk, so make sure you're checking your junk messages. And also Trisha is posting a link right to this Facebook group as well. So there's various options to receive the emails and read through it, but lots of great information on the email. So make sure you read that from start to finish. Each of the emails contains what we have in the share for this week, as well as links to recipes. And then this week, two important announcements. We have our 20th birthday celebration for the farm coming up. That is July 19th. So a lot of information has been shared about that, but you can get tickets. The link is on the email. So if you have July 19th free and want to come to the farm to help us celebrate, please make sure you read through the email with all the details that came out yesterday. Also, because of the 20th year celebration, they are, the farm is creating a mural. And it was originally, I believe, supposed to take place, the painting of the mural was supposed to take place tonight, but because of the storms that are rolling in, it is going to take place tomorrow from 10 to 12 a.m. or 10 a.m. to 12 noon. So let Trisha know if you are available to help with the mural. It's kind of all laid out. We just have to get it all painted. So that's been posted both on the Facebook group and that's also in the email as well. So jumping right into this week's share, a lot of repeat items that we've seen in the past and then a couple of new items. So we have cabbage. Cabbage is stored just like this in the fridge. You don't need to do anything with it. Once you're ready to use it, and if you use a portion of it, then throw it in a Ziploc bag or put it saran wrap around it and then put it back in the fridge. Coleslaw can be eaten raw. It can be used in, cabbage can be eaten raw. It can be used in coleslaw. It can be shredded and used in lots of salads. We can also roast it. There's a roasted cabbage recipe on the website. We can grill it. You can saute it. So lots of options for cabbage. Stored in the fridge just like that. We have summer squash. So summer squash stored in the fridge in your crisper drawer. We've been getting this for, I think this might be our third week, definitely our second week of getting summer squash. So if you still have summer squash left from last week, think about shredding it up. So what I do is I shred it, measure it out into either a cup or 2 cup increments, throw it in freezer bags and mark the freezer bag. And then it's great for adding to chili or adding to any of your baked goods. So it's just a way to preserve the summer squash during the heart of the season. But summer squash can be eaten raw, it can be cooked, it's great in stir fries, it's great in a roasted veggie sheet pan meal. It's actually great on the grill, so we'll slice it into like thicker strips, a little bit of oil and throw it right on the grill, and it's delicious as a side. Tons of recipes for summer squash on the website. So I know there's a summer squash and potato bake, there's zucchini rollatini or summer squash rollatini, there's summer squash ribbons, just tons of, I think there's also like a summer squash and potato, some sort of other dish. I can't remember what I called it, but there's a lot on the website. So take a look at those if you need inspiration or different ideas. New to the shares this week is fresh garlic. So this is not cured. So you either, to make this last and keep the freshness of it, you're gonna wanna use it within the first probably 2 weeks and keep it in the fridge. So it's uncured. If you keep it on the counter, it will slowly cure. I like to use it fresh. So if you peel back layers that are on it, like just the outside layers, you can actually use the membranes in a paste or to flavor recipes as well. So they're not dried yet, so they're able to be used for flavoring also. But really yummy. Store it in the fridge. Use the cloves just like you would any other garlic clove. So in dressings, in your stir fries, in your marinades, slice it up. You can roast it. You can slice it up and use it in your stir fries. I'm trying to think of what a lot of our vegetables can be used for this week. But fresh garlic, typically stored in the fridge. We have fresh sweet onions, stored just like this in the fridge. I usually put them in a Debbie Meyer green bag. Usually take off the rubber band just so they're kind of free. The entire thing can be used. So your top part, even though it's a sweeter version of an onion, is more like a scallion. So it can be used for garnishes, or it can be used in salads, or it can be sauteed down. Your bottoms, great for grilling, great for, you can do a whole roasted onion. Last week's recipe, I think it was last week when I did the sweet onion and cabbage roasting, that was really good with the sweet onions. You can pickle the onions, you can thinly slice them and use them raw on salads, so lots of options there. These are not cured also, so stored in the fridge, unlike our other onions once they're cured later in the season. We have our salad mix. Salad mix is stored just like this, so basically I just keep it right in the bag, throw it in the fridge. That's probably the first thing you want to use this week. So once you're ready to use it, take it out, throw it into a big bowl of water or a sink filled with water, swish it around, and then throw it into your salad spinner to get it nice and dry, and lightly dress it or create a large salad. That's your base, and then add all the other options to it. Great as just a simple side for a grilled protein, or as a base for a larger salad that you could put protein or lots of other vegetables on. Tons of recipes for salads on the website also. We have romaine, and we've been getting some beautiful heads of romaine. This is stored in a Debbie Meyer green bag in the fridge. Once you're ready to use it, you're gonna wash those leaves, chop them up, or leave them whole. Use them as a vessel for a taco or on top of a burger. You can chop them and put them into salads. Romaine is a fantastic base for a salad also. We have new potatoes. So new potatoes are again uncured. So they typically are stored in the fridge. I tend to use new potatoes within the week just because they're delicious, and we like to have some sort of carb as a side for a lot of our meals. So I either make a salad, like a potato salad, or I roast them up. They're delicious roasted. You have a lot of vegetables that would work for just a sheet pan roasted vegetable this week. You can do the zucchini or the summer squash and potato bake. You can shred them and use them in hash browns, chop them up small, use them as a side. So lots of options there. But typically stored in the fridge because they are uncured. We have cucumbers. Cucumbers are stored in the crisper drawer. Typically eaten just as a snack. You can add them to salads. You can pickle them. You can make like a cucumber salsa. So that's an option. Or just do like add them on top of a salad, or make just a simple cucumber salad where cucumbers are the base. We got quite a few of them this week, so that would work. We have basil. Basil does not like to be cold, so we're gonna take this basil, put it in a cup of water and leave it right on the counter. The less you handle it, the better. Once you chop up basil, it does start to blacken. So if I'm adding basil to a salad, I do it at the last minute. You can put basil into salad dressings, so you can make like a green salad dressing that is basil flavored. What else? Basil is amazing in salads, dressings, marinades. You could do it in an herb potato salad. We love pairing basil with tomatoes and mozzarella. I know I'm blanking on, oh, pestos. You could do a pesto. So we've been getting, we get a pretty large bunch of basil. You can make pesto and freeze it. And I like to freeze it in little cubes. That way you just pull those cubes out. So that's a way to preserve your basil. And last but not least, we have kale. Pretty sure that kale is going to be featured in this week's recipe, so stay tuned for that on Thursday. But it's stored in a Debbie Meyer green bag in the fridge. You can eat it raw or you can cook it. It's great in salads. It's great in kale chips. You can just do a simple green sauteed, just with your onion and your garlic. Actually, it would be fantastic as a side. Kale chips. There's a kale Caesar salad on the website. There's also kale pesto. So you could actually pair the kale and the basil and make a big batch of pesto. Remember that there's our hub. There's a link on the top of our Facebook page. If you click on our hub and go through all the PDFs, there's some amazing PDFs. We have a salad board PDF. We have a pesto PDF. I'm pretty sure we have like a roasted vegetable PDF. Those are just like basic recipe formulas where you can kind of mix and match and pull different ingredients based on what you have in your share. So they're really valuable. If you haven't printed those off or taken a look at those or saved those, they are things like I print them on cardstock and just put them in a folder, and I have them available for me to quickly pull out if I'm wanting to use a lot of different things. So please take a look at those. That is it for this week. Remember, if you're available for the mural, to contact Trisha. 10 to 12 tomorrow is when the mural painting is taking place. And take a look at the email for all the details on our 20th anniversary party. I will see you guys all again next week.